أن التغيير في العراق قادم.
يعني اكو تغيير بالعراق؟
اي نعم
اكو تغيير،
وبالتالي التغيير قادم في العراق، لأن وضع العراق لا يحتمل،
والتغيير الخارجي قادم.
اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر.
التغيير بالعراق غصبا على أي بشر راح يمشي.
التغيير اللي المفروض راح يصير بالعراق، وشلون التغيير اللي صار بالولايات المتحدة الأمريكية ورا خسارة الديمقراطيين وفوز الجمهوريين راح يأثر على التغيير بالعراق. سياسة الحزب الجمهوري الحاكم وعلى الأقل بآخر عقدين تعتمد على القوة قبل الدبلوماسية، ولهذا كل ما أجى رئيس جمهورية جديد منهم العالم يتوقع قرارات حاسمة، خصوصا بالعراق والشرق الأوسط.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq, to free its people, and to defend the world from grave danger.
أكثر من تحدث بموضوع التغيير بالعراق وأطلق حملة سماها ب Make Iraq Great Again هو النائب عن الحزب الجمهوري جو ويلسون.
اكو نائب امريكي اسمه جو ويلسون.
جو ويلسون بالذات.
جو ويلسون
يعني هذا جو ويلسون قاعد يغرد بكيفه؟
جون ويلسون يطلع
يا اخي مستلم اموال.
النسخه الامريكيه مال فياق الشيخ علي،
هو شريك في شركات نفطيه في كردستان.
مستلم ويريد يستلم.
وحتى نفتهم أكثر بالتفاصيل أدق مثل هذا الظرف اللي يعتبر طارئ بالعراق حالياً، رحت المكتب النائب جو ويلسون عضو لجنة القوات المسلحة ولجنة العلاقات الخارجية بالكونغرس، والتقيت بيه وسألته كم سؤال بخصوص هذا الموضوع.
Congressman Joe Wilson, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for letting us doing this interview.
Well, I'm so happy to be with you, and I'm just very honored, and it's so personal to me. I'm honored to be with you, and then I'm very grateful that our family wants the best for the people of Iraq.
Thank you.
And my oldest son served in Iraq, and he really had such a positive experience in meeting with young people and really trying to promote freedom and democracy and independence for the people of Iraq, not to be controlled by anyone. And that's why where we are today is so sad. And then I'm also grateful my second son served in Baghdad in 2006. And he is a doctor in the Navy, orthopedic surgeon, and he was grateful to work with American and also Iraqi patients.
Okay. Since Trump in office now, I have 3 quick questions.
Yes.
If I were a militia leader in Iraq, should I be terrified now?
Absolutely, and they should make every effort to either leave the country or abandon their efforts. Hey, Donald Trump's not going to put up, and we already see that. I am a strong supporter of his. He does not mince any words, and that is that he indeed, and it's being evidenced by the memorandum that he's already released relative to Iraq, and you see his efforts of maximum pressure against Iran over and over again. He wants a level of stability and prosperity for the people of the region.
Okay, so the second one, if I were a militia leader, but I have ministers inside the government, so that means I'm almost a state actor, should I be terrified as well?
Absolutely, that's even worse. There should be no relationship of terrorists with ministers in the government, and every effort should be made to understand that that is not in the interest of the people of Iraq. It needs to be addressed, and they need to be replaced right away.
Okay, if I were a state official in Iraq, but I work with militias, when should I be terrified?
Right away.
Right away. Now. Okay, that's cool. I saw your letter regarding the investigation of Brett McGurk.
Yes.
And will this move forward? And why did you call for the investigation?
Well, because it was utterly irresponsible, the prior administration, to lift waivers, to provide for funding. It was so against the interest of the people of Iraq. It was against the people's interests of America and for stability in the Middle East. And so over and over again, his conduct was just outrageous, and we need to have an explanation from him. And every waiver that he helped provide for needs to be addressed and eliminated, needs to be addressed. And we need to indeed do all that we can to reestablish with the government of Iraq. And I'm really grateful that indeed, just yet 2 days ago, that our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, was in communication with the Prime Minister of Iraq, explaining how important it is that waivers be lifted, that he will work for the lifting of waiver, and I've got legislation to do that. And then additionally, that the energy supplies for the people of Iraq need to be stable. and they need to come from Turkey, they need to come from Saudi Arabia. The Turkish-Iraqi pipeline needs to be reopened. We know that if the Iranian influence can be eliminated, and I believe it will, because I'm very grateful that the people of Syria have stood up and they have removed the Assad dictatorship, a badge of honor. Just a couple of months ago, I was identified by Assad as an enemy of the state. Well, he's in Moscow, and what a punishment! How punishing could that be? But now I'm just so hopeful for the people of Syria. I just had lunch with the Foreign Secretary Lamy of the UK, and they are making every effort to lift all sanctions to help the people of Syria to come back into the modern world and address the horrors of the Assad murderous dictatorship, the mass murder. And then, hey, putting it in perspective, in Syria, half the population was displaced due to the Assad dictatorship.
Almost 1 million got killed,
and 1 million killed, and so to see that overcome, and what a message that is. Hey, it only took 12 days for the dictatorship of Assad to collapse.
Iran proxies in Iraq, the object of your tweets in the last few months, accuse some lobbyists in Washington, D.C. of influencing your position against them. How do you respond to that?
That's not true. And I'm very grateful that we have financial disclosures. So every penny that I have received in any way is salary. That's the only thing I really receive. And also my family, that also financial disclosures, and is zero. But my interest in freedom and democracy really began in the Cold War. And I began really as a teenager working to promote the end of communism. And so I've been thrilled to be an election observer in Bulgaria, to see a free Bulgaria. It's exciting to see the progress. I've had the opportunity to visit Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I'm really grateful. I've got my daughter-in-law's family is from Poland. And so to see freedom come, which was never anticipated. We were always told that communism would be with us always, but no, indeed, freedom has come. And now the same needs to be applied as with the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. I believe that December 8th of last year, with the fall of Assad, is a great movement toward freedom and liberation for the people of the Middle East.
And Iraq.
And Iraq.
Okay. In light of the recent